So today we're going to speak about vulnerability. And that's the topic for today. I don't think it will be that long, but we're going to get into some things. And I was praying yesterday, talking to the Most High and asking Him to let me know what topic to do today. I know I wanted to do a topic, but I didn't know what to do. And, 20 minutes later, this is what He gave me. He gave me vulnerability. And vulnerability is an interesting subject because it's something that we have ran from our whole life. Most of our life we have ran from vulnerability. It's not a place where we want to be. It's not something that we want to deal with. It's not something that we want to be represented by who we are, right? So I never want to be in a position to be and feel vulnerable. I don't want it to be like that, right? I never want to be that person. I try to hide from doing that vulnerability because every time that I've had to do it, I've always found myself being hurt. Loyal. So we go our whole life trying to not be labeled by this vulnerability that we have because we relate it directly to hurt. For somebody to say that you're vulnerable, what does vulnerable mean? What does that mean? It's susceptible to physical emotion, physical or emotional pain. I miss you too, love. I love you, vibes. Physical or emotional pain. Physical or emotional attack. But what I'm asking is that we need to understand that is more than just, yes, love. We need to understand more that it's more than just being vulnerable will relate to an attack, will relate to something negative, because the definition of vulnerable is more than that. Vulnerable is in need of special care. That's what the definition is. The definition says in need of special care, support, or protection. A lot of times we don't want to be the ones, that we don't want to be able to say that I need support. We don't want to be able to say that I need protection. Thank you, loyal. We don't want to say I need special care. You know why? Because we've been strong our whole life, We went through some hard things and we had to push through and make it through, and we had to press. And we know what the struggle is. We know what the hardship is. And because we know what that thing is, thank you, love. Thank you so much, guys. Because we know what the struggle is, we're tough now. We're strong. We've been through some things and we made it out. We was on our knees in the trenches, honey. We was down there and ain't nobody helped us but us. And we sure enough got out of that thing. And we always, yes, love, we sure enough got out of that thing. And we always are standing strong. We're always moving forward. We may make a mistake, but we still pressing through. We believe that we're strong. And because we know that we survived before. And this is a little bit serious. Because we know we're a survivor, then we can't be vulnerable, right? I can't be vulnerable. I'm a survivor. I'm strong. I don't want to be in a position to show you that I'm vulnerable. I don't want to be in a position to show you that I need something. Come on. That's it right there. Thank you, love. Chapo. That's it right there. I don't want to show you that I need something. Because, let's get a little bit deep. Because when I needed people the most, nobody was there. That's deep, right? I don't don't want to show people that I need anything, because there was a time in my life that I needed a whole lot, and everyone that said that they loved me, they wasn't there for me. The time that I needed the people, come on, freak, let's talk about it. The time that I needed those people the most, I looked around to the left and the right, and all I saw was nothing. I didn't see the one that said that they would always be there for me. I didn't see the one that was always with me. Come on, vibes. Let's talk about it. When the person said, you know, I'll always be with you. You know, I always got your back. You will always make this happen. You'll never need for nothing. But when it comes down to the need, my beautiful thing, but when it comes down to the need, what happens? They ain't nowhere to be found. So why, when I need stuff, do I feel all alone? And here goes that vulnerability thing coming right back up all over again. You know, when you're vulnerable, it is a person that is in need of special care. Vulnerable means a person that is in need. So vulnerable is a person that is in need, and all my life, when I needed something, I was the one who had to get it. Who am I talking to? When I needed something, I'm the one who had to make it happen. Okay, now, king and queens, y'all hear what I'm saying? This is how hard life hits you. Come on, loyal. Come on, let's just face some things this afternoon, this Thursday afternoon. JT, hey love, I love you, king. Let's face some things this afternoon, because when it came down to that need, come on, thick. If the definition of vulnerable is a person in need of special care, when I was in need, all I had was me. When my back was against the wall, all I had was me. You know what? When I needed something, all those words that were spoken to me, all those words that were spoken to me just became empty words. They had no substance. There was no person behind it. When everything hit the fan, when I didn't know which way I was going, and everything I tried to figure out just didn't work. And when I needed help, no one was there. Okay, freak? I'm talking to my king and queens, because it's real. We'll have the people that we believe love us the most in our life say that they will be there for us, but they really are not. What happened to you when I needed you? Right? So what happens with this is, the reason why I'm talking about that is because we have lived this life. Because we have lived this life of fulfilling our own needs. Come on. Let's make it plain. We have lived a long life of fulfilling our own needs. We have had a lot of people saying some things to us, promising some things, and never pulling through. So, you know what, at the end of the day, our strength and our person on the inside says, you know what, if they ain't gonna do it for me, I'm gonna do it for myself. If they can't do it for me, I'm gonna do it for myself. If I want something to happen, I'm gonna do it for myself. That's what we say. Right? And we make that thing happen. Okay? We make that thing happen. Right, vibes? We make that thing happen. We make that very thing that we need, that we want happen. So what does that mean? That means that we begin to... There was a period in our life that we didn't mind being vulnerable because we depended on people. Okay, freak? Is this not real? Before the hurt, before the pain, we didn't mind being vulnerable because the people that we loved helped us. The people that we loved knew we needed special care. They knew that we needed special care. They knew we needed support. They knew we needed protection. So they were there for us. So there's a place in our life where we was safe enough to be vulnerable. And it was okay that we were. But then as life goes on and we start realizing that at the end of the day, people say a lot of stuff, but you can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? Actions speak louder than words. We start seeing that we have been carrying our own life in spite of what people have told us. And now we relate vulnerability to weakness. Now when somebody asks you to be vulnerable, we relate it to weakness. I ain't going to show that I'm a person in need of special care. I ain't going to get ahead of myself, but I'm not going to show I'm a person, because that's a definition of vulnerable. I'm not going to show that I'm a person in need of special care. I'm not going to show that I'm a person that's in need of support. I ain't going to show that I'm a person in need of protection. But what we're doing is we're robbing ourselves from the very thing that was promised to us. They're robbing ourselves from the very thing that is deserved. What is deserved? You deserve to be vulnerable because you deserve to have someone to support you. You deserve to have someone to treat you with special care. Come on now. You are worthy enough. Come on, vibes. I don't care what life has dealt you. I don't care what the cards have been. I don't care how hard it has been in your life. You deserve that thing. You don't deserve to be running around like you're Superman and running around like you're Superwoman. You are human. And you have been promised companionship. You have been promised a family. You have been promised friends. And when I say these people that love you unconditionally, it is an absolute gift to see. Come on, Thick. It's an absolute gift to see your vulnerability. It's an absolute gift for you to live in your vulnerability. You know why? Because it says, I got people behind me. You hear me? Oh, Candy, you vulnerable. You know, you real vulnerable. I am. Why? Because I deserve people to care for me. You know, I deserve to not have to do everything myself. You see that? So, in the end of the day, vulnerability is not weakness, it's strength. If I'm able to come to you and say, you know what, these are my flaws, and I'm going to allow you to love me that way. And if you don't love me the right way, honey, I'll leave. And I don't mean that if you don't love me the right way that I won't get hurt. Yes, I will get hurt, but you know what I need and I deserve to be connected to the people that won't hurt me, knowing what my weakness is. I deserve to be connected to people that won't hurt me knowing my deep, dark secrets, won't hurt me knowing where I'm vulnerable, won't hurt me. Come on. Is that not it? You deserve it. You deserve someone being loyal to you. You deserve someone taking special care to you and the things that you deal with. Come on, vibes. Come on, freak. It's more to that. You can't go through life. You can't. We wasn't meant to be alone. That's not what you was promised. You wasn't promised to make sure to act like everything's okay 24/7, because it don't work like that. If that was the case, then life would be perfect and we never would go through nothing. But honey, there's reasons why we're going through what we're going through, so we can continue to grow in our life, in our character, in our integrity, in our self-love, in our worth, in our value. We need to continue to grow in those things, so things have to happen. So if life ain't perfect, we ain't supposed to be. And when we keep fooling ourselves, that's what we're doing. When we keep tricking ourselves that we got it all together, tricking ourselves that we don't need special care, tricking ourselves that we don't need support, tricking ourselves that we don't need protection. That's all foolish games that we're doing to ourselves, hurting ourselves because we're not allowing to live in our promise. When we don't accept our vulnerability, then we don't allow ourselves to live in our promise. How? Because how do you know somebody truly, really got you if you don't tell them where your areas of weakness are? How don't you know, since you want to be strong all the time, how don't you know your friend is really your friend? Because it tests when we talk about, come on, freak, it tests when we talk about the things that we're dealing with. You don't, period. You don't know if they're really your friend if you always got it together. Because when stuff hits the fan, will they still be around? But if nothing ever hits the fan because you keep covering, I'm going to cover again because I'm going to cover again because I'm strong. I'm going to cover again because I don't want to get hurt. I'm going to cover again because no, how you doing, Candy? Oh, I'm good. Mind you, I'm going through hell, but I'm telling everybody I'm okay. Right? Don't know how the bill's going to get paid. Don't know how I'm going to deal with myself being stubborn. Don't know how I'm going to deal with my family that's hurting right now. Don't know how I'm going to... Oh no, I'm good. We don't want to seem vulnerable like we need special care, but the craziest part is it's a double standard. We deserve it. We deserve that special care. We're supposed to have it. But you can't keep lying to yourself by putting on a face or every day. You can't. Something's gonna break. We was just listening to that song. New spirit move. Something has to break. Something has to break. It's going to break sooner or later. Come on, freak is talking about it. The more and more we lie to ourselves every day that this is not what we're supposed to have, sooner or later, something's going to break. Something's going to break. Thank you, Thick. Love you. Something is going to break. Vulnerability is freedom. Woo! Man, when the Most High gave me that yesterday, he said, vulnerability is freedom. How can we see how he moves if we're not vulnerable? How can he not show us who our God is, what a God can do, how he can move mountains and part seas? How can he do that? If we are not vulnerable, how can he show us his greatness? Vulnerability is freedom. No, I don't got it all together. You hear that? No, I don't got it all together, and it's okay. Because if you don't got me in my vulnerability, then I know someone that does. Greatest being that has ever existed, I know who does. If you don't got me in my vulnerability, I know who does, because he's always my safety net. He's always ready for me to fall. And he knows every weakness and shortcoming that you could ever think of. He knows the ones that I don't even know of. And he got me. I won't rob my promise by acting like I'm She-Ra, acting like I'm Superwoman. That's not going to happen. Don't let this world fool you, my beautiful queens, to tell you to be an independent woman and you live your life independently. We are not meant to be alone. And we are not meant to carry all that we carry. That's not, we should not celebrate that. Who am I talking to? We shouldn't celebrate that we can do it all. I already know you can. You don't have to break your back doing everything that a whole relationship's supposed to do. You don't have to do it, honey. You don't even got to do it to show me. I know you can. But it's not about whether you can. It's about whether you should. Okay, Most High. It's not about whether you can. It's whether you should. You wasn't promised to break your back every day working and raising kids and doing this and fixing your car and going here and saving money, and you weren't supposed to do that. Don't accept that. We know you can do it. I don't get surprised when I hear that a woman accomplished something that a man always does. It's not a big deal to me. I'm done with this whole feminist thing. No, women can do it all. Okay? Women can do it all, but should we? We're getting confused because we can do it all, we are. But that doesn't, you're not supposed to have the cape on 24/7. You wasn't made like that. Your promises wasn't set up like that. You were supposed to have a partner, someone to stop you in the midst of what you're doing and say, I got you. Let me finish this. Let me help you out here. Let me take this off take this weight off of you. Let me tell you, I got the kids today. Let me do it. I'll take care of the bills this way. I'll figure out the money here. And help. You deserve help. My king and queens, are you listening to me? King and queens, you deserve help. Don't you live this lie of independency. There's a big difference of being independent and responsible. I almost got all the way lost in being independent. I wouldn't be with my soulmate, the one that I love, the one that loves me today, if it didn't have to do with me being locked down in that independency. Independency, come on, Thick, will have you so blind you think you accomplishing something because you're doing it all alone. But honey, you just really you going straight up against your promise. Your promise is that you're not supposed to work that hard. What? Your promise is not that whether you can do it or not, it's that you're not supposed to work that hard for happiness. Oh, Thick, I've been there. I had to wake up real quick. Partner asked to go fix my car. Oh, I know how to do it myself. Partner, I'll pay the bill. I got it myself. I got money. But I was just saying, I'm going to do this. Oh, no, I know I got it. I've been doing it my whole life. I've been single for 6 years. My beautiful empress, I've been single for 6 years. Oh, I got it. But I'm already doing it myself. I don't need you to do nothing. Right? And it don't even have to be said with attitude either. Because I didn't say it with an attitude. I just say, nah, I'm good. I've been doing this. You don't need to help me. It's not supposed to be like that. Thank you, Empress. You supposed to be vulnerable. We were made like that. You were supposed to be, the definition of vulnerable, again, is a person in need of special care. Thank you, Thick. You are so precious, mister. Thank you, love. You are so precious that you deserve the special care. You was created, myself. You were created in his image. From the dust, you was formed. He loved you so much. From the dust, you was formed. He took time to create you. Why wouldn't you be a person in need of special care? You're one in all the world. You're not one in a million. You're not one in 100. You're not one in a billion. You are one in all the world. There ain't no one else like you. You hear me? There ain't no one else like you. You deserve to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is freedom. Don't let anybody tell you any different. You are beautifully and wonderfully made. There ain't nothing wrong with my vulnerability, love. Vulnerability is not weakness. Vulnerability shows I know who I am. Do you hear that? Vulnerability knows. Thank you, love. Vulnerability knows. Vulnerability says, I know who I am. And whether dream come through, love, Alondra, vulnerability says, I know who I am. Because if vulnerability is a person who is in need of special care, honey, I'm one in all the world. You better take care of me nice. Do you hear me? I'm one in all the world, honey. You better take care of me nice. Oh yeah, this is what happens when you love hard. Facts. The reason why we hurt so much is because we love so hard. Come on, talk about it, freak. The reason why it hurt so much is because we loved so hard. We gave everything we were. We'll never come to a place to recognize vulnerability as freedom until we understand that we deserve to be vulnerable. I deserve to be vulnerable because of who I am. I deserve special care. I deserve support. I deserve protection. You know who you're talking to? Dream, one in all the world. You know who you're talking to? You're talking to Sunflower, one in all the world. You know who you're talking to? You're talking to Loyal Vibes, one in all the world. You know who you're talking to? You're talking to Thick, one in all the world. You know who you're talking to? You're talking to Freak, one in all the world. You know who you're talking to? You're talking to Alondra, one in all the world. I deserve to be vulnerable. You're talking to Brandy, one in all the world. I deserve special care. You right. And my vulnerability isn't weakness. It's my promise. What? My vulnerability isn't... You talking to Empress, one in all the world. Come on, Empress. My vulnerability isn't a weakness. It's my promise. I've been promised for people to care about my weaknesses and help me through them and help me heal and help me grow. You ain't gonna have me rob that by trying to act like I'm strong when that's where I'm weak. Facts. 100% facts. Okay, we deserve it, but it's hard to be when you feel like no one cares. It is what it is. That's what we said in the beginning of this, right? When we started, the reason why when somebody's vulnerable, there's a need. And we've been vulnerable our whole life, and we tested this vulnerability thing, and we told people we needed something. But then when the stuff hit the fan, who's around? The person that said they would be there for our need was never nowhere to be found. The person that was supposed to be there for our need wasn't there when we needed them. Is that not it? Right, Sunflower? Let's talk about it. We said this already. That's why we relate vulnerability to weakness. That's why we cover. That's why we don't do it. Onyx, say love. You don't need science to figure out the feeling we feel. Okay, freak, I hear you. Boss, hey, beautiful, gorgeous, welcome. You see that? I deserve to be. Thank you, Onyx. Thank you, love. I deserve to be vulnerable. I know I deserve it, but it's hard when everybody I know, it seems like people don't care about that vulnerability. They're not the one who's giving me that special care. They're not the one, the definition of vulnerability. They're not the one who's protecting me. They're choosing not to protect me. They're choosing not to support me. They're choosing not to treat me like special care. It gets hard. I know I deserve to live in vulnerability, but it gets real hard with the people that I'm connected to. It gets real hard in this life when people don't even care about other people. Most of all, they don't care about themselves. Okay, we going somewhere or what? It hurts. Come on, Onyx. It do. Okay? Yeah, I want to be vulnerable, Candy. I know I deserve it. I know I love myself. I know I deserve everything that has been promised to me. But every time I get connected to someone, they constantly show me that they don't care for my special care. Ooh, yeah, they constantly show me that they're not here to support me. Okay, they constantly show me that they're not here to protect me, for my protection. Okay, Onyx, I see you. Dre, hey, love. Leave this room because this is real talk. Or I can't leave this room. Okay, freak. There's a reason why you waited. The Most High knows what you need. There's a reason why you waited. You showing up, stayed, and I was doing a whole lot of stuff. Yes, teacher. Okay, Alondra. Okay. I don't want to go through the pain. It's not more valuable than the promise. That's what I got to tell you, Sunflower. That's what I got to tell you, freak. That's what I got to tell you, Alondra. That's what I got to tell you, Empress. That's what I got to tell you, Thick. That's what I got to tell you, Vibes. That's what I got to tell you, Elevated. That's what I got to tell you, Beautiful Dre. The pain ain't more valuable than the promise. I know the feeling is crazy. I know the feeling is crazy. Pretty hate love. I know the feeling is crazy. The feeling that you give all you got and you ain't got nothing left and it still wasn't enough for somebody to love you. I know that feeling. I know it all too well. The worst pain comes from when we love the hardest. When we gave everything we was and it just wasn't enough. How does that make us feel, you know? I gave you everything that I am. I mean, blood, sweat, and tears, all of me. I gave you so much of me, I forgot who I was. And it wasn't enough. Let's be real. What does that make us feel like? Come on, Onyx. What does that make us feel like? That makes us feel like I'm not worth anything. It hurts. It makes me feel like, you know, you're talking about all this value I'm supposed to have. I don't feel like I have any type of value. You know how I was treated? You know what they done to me? That pain is real. Could we ever imagine that there's something greater than that pain? Come on, Terry. Come on, Dre. Yeah, we're just being a little bit transparent today. That pain ain't no joke. Hard to come back from. It's hard to come back from. Oh, why are you taking so long to be in relationships, man? That pain last time, I don't know if I could go through this. God changes the pain into glory. Yeah, he sure does. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Come on, talk about it. But that's what I'm getting. Come on, stay right with me. Walk by the word. We getting there. But you gotta get to a place to have people feel it first. We gotta face the pain in order to get to that plane of joy. We gotta face the pain in order to get to the promise. Okay? All right? We gotta face what we feel. Yeah, I was hurt, and that hurt was crazy. But can we imagine that the pain that we feel, there's something greater than that? That pain hurt so bad, it was so rough, and it was so hard to find myself again. Can we even imagine that there's something bigger than that pain? That pain hurt so bad that we run from it our whole life. What do you mean? What do you mean, Candy? That pain hurts so bad we run from it our whole life. Every time we feel like we're going to take a risk or to be exposed to be vulnerable, we shut back in to not let anybody know, because the last time I was vulnerable, you treated me like trash. The last time I was vulnerable, you put me and kicked me to the curb. The last time I was vulnerable, no one cared about me. So we run from that pain our whole life, hiding behind the mask, believing that we're strong, but we really should be vulnerable. We really should be able to be in relationships and say, you know, I am vulnerable and I deserve special care and support and protection. But no, we have this pain. But what we got to come to a place to realize is that our promise is greater than our pain. That part. They didn't deserve you, love. Okay. All right, Sunflower. That's the way we said this earlier. That part. We said this earlier. If I can't be vulnerable, how do I know who you are? Come on. It's real. I said that to y'all earlier. I said, what do you know about your friend that you was never vulnerable to? Nothing. Do you know if they really truly be there for you? Are they really your friend? If we're in a relationship and we can't be vulnerable, will they be through you and be with you through thick and thin? Till death do us part, sickness and health. Oh, we tapping into some things. I'm gonna be vulnerable with you because I deserve my promise. I need to see if you're gonna care for me. I need to see if all of me is laid out on the table, you still want me. Oh, not the words of I love you and I'll always be there for you. No. Will you always be there for me when you see this? Will you always be there for me when you see this? Will you always be there for me when all this mess? Do you still want me? Okay. Now I know if you're for me or not. We do. One thing that I learned throughout this life is that's kind of hard for us is that what we expect is not always what people expect. Right? And that's for you, Sunflower. What we expect is not always for what people expect. The actions show, yeah, but sometimes they ain't there yet. I want you guys to hear this because this is something that I had to learn. I had to learn that everybody ain't like candy. I may feel like it, and I may feel like maybe they just don't know how. And we got to give people the benefit of the doubt. And whether we choose to lay it all out on the table for them, whether they asked or not, it's up to us. But sometimes people don't ask, but they do care. And we can know because actions speak louder than words, but sometimes people don't know how. And people can grow in that. You know? It's not always about that. Everybody don't think like that. And that's the hard thing. And I've noticed, okay, 9 times out of 10 is right. But that 10th person, maybe they just don't have it all together, but they really do love you. You know, maybe it happens and you can test it or not. But when we come to a place to say vulnerability is freedom, I expose who I am because I'm testing the quality that I deserve. It don't matter who's asking or not. Come on. Do you see that? It don't matter who is looking or checking or not checking. When you come to me and you deal with me, I don't want nothing less. Come on. I don't want nothing less. If I can expose everything I am and I want to watch to see what you do with it. If I don't want to do that, I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna be free in who I am and the people that I talk to, and I'm gonna tell you who I am and how I feel, and watch what you do with it. We ain't gonna kick around. We ain't gonna wait the 5 months to get to. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Now, what you do in those 4 or 5 months about what I told you I'm vulnerable with is gonna make me see what's happening. If not, but we gotta be strong enough to let vulnerability be the freedom. We gotta be strong enough to let vulnerability be the freedom. Because we can't let vulnerability be freedom unless we are willing to expose those things that we're weak at, that we need special care in. It's not even weak. It's that we need special care in. I just want you to know that I want to grow in the things that I do wrong, and I want to be a better person than I was yesterday. So if I ever do something that just isn't right, if I do something that's wrong, bring it to my attention. Let me know. I want to be better than I was, and that's what I'm working on, and that's what I need care in, and that's what I need you to see to. And if you could help me because you say you love me, I need you to do that. That person didn't know anything about that. And what I mean is that person ain't know nothing about doing that thing to me. And it was because I exposed that they was able to see it. We come to a place that we can take the special care and wear it on our sleeve. I'm not just gonna take the vulnerability. We have to get out of our own way in order to being vulnerable. Yes, because we got to be strong enough to live that vulnerable freedom. We got to be strong enough to live to make vulnerability freedom. To say, if I'm not vulnerable, one thing I can say, however way we do it, if you are not vulnerable, you will not be able to reach your promise. Because your promise is going to accept your flaws. Right? Your promise is going to help you with them. I didn't just stop there. Your promise will help you with them. They're not just going to accept, oh, well, you do that. You like to steal. So that's what she do. She just like to steal. Oh, the king. Oh, he just like to cheat. That's what he do. They ain't going to accept none of that. You want more valuable than cheating. Okay? You more valuable than stealing stuff from the store. You see that? I lost myself, but now I am on track on getting me back. That part, Alondra. We lose ourselves because we become vulnerable. And we depend too much. We talked about this already. When we have such a high dependency, we forget who we are. And it's not a place of just caring. We remove ourselves from a place of being vulnerable, which is in need of special care, and we move ourselves to a place of no care. Because when we don't even care about ourselves because we forget our own identity, how can somebody care for us? Y'all see that? Des, hey love. You see that? You see how that gets deep? Right? When we forget who we are, how can somebody love us? Right, Alondra, when we're in relationships that take us to a place to forget who we are. Okay, Des. I get people that hit my inbox, Shay, hey love. I get, freak, it's real. I get people that hit my inbox, Candy. We broke up. Me and my girl broke up. I don't even know who I am. I was so involved in that relationship, I forgot what I even like. Now, deep, that's deep. For somebody to say, like, I'm so lost that I left this relationship, I don't know who I am. I don't even know who I am anymore. I realized that the movies I liked was because she liked them. I realized that, what I ate was because what she liked. And then they go through this whole thing. I don't even know who I am. I don't know what I like. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know where my life is going. I don't know. And it's a whole identity. Katrina, hey love. It's a whole identity loss. And it takes longer to find yourself after that. It does. But there's a reason for everything, Everything happens for a reason. Pour so much into it, right? And all that stuff. And then he's like, I don't know who I am. But it's hard to care for someone that you don't know. And I'm talking about self. Y'all hear me? Trust God. That part, come on. Katrina, thank you, love. Yeah, he's gonna do it. Most High will do it. How can we love something we don't know? Or we don't care for? We don't even care for ourselves. How can someone care for us? Now let's get a little bit deeper. Maybe it's not us. Maybe they can't care for us because they don't care about themselves. Why do we, Leisha, hey beautiful, why do we put ourselves through the ringer off of something that somebody else is doing? I wanna know how many people have been there. Because I'm gonna put a 1 in the comments for me. How many people been there that you fought so hard for someone that didn't even know how to love themselves? Put a 1 in the comments. Leisha, hey love, I'm about to do it right now. Okay? Put a 1 in the comments if you recognize, or maybe you was in a relationship, I don't know. You done fought for somebody so hard and you realized after you was depressed, lonely, y'all broke up, come on now, all this stuff, how was I? They don't even love themselves. How could they even accept my love? Come on, always. How could they even have to accept my love when they couldn't even accept, they didn't even feel like they were worthy enough for their own love? Is this not what it is? Okay, like I love family so hard that I forgot how to love myself. Yes, because of a title. That's title love. I call that. Alondra, I call that title love. Title love. We love you because of your title. Not because you fulfilling it, but we love you because of your title. You my sister. You my blood sister, so I love you. You could treat me like trash. You could talk about me. You could do this. You could stab me in the back and it's all good. I still love you because you my blood sister. What I know and what I came to realize is that I'm way more valuable than a title. Y'all hear me, King and Queens? I'm so much more valuable than a title. What are you talking about, Candy? What are you talking about, Auntie Marie? I'm talking about I deserve a mother that treats me like a daughter. How about that? I deserve a mother that fulfills the description of a mother. I deserve a father that fulfills the description of a father. I deserve a spouse that fulfills the description of a spouse. Not just because you got the title, I'm supposed to be connected to you, but because you fulfill that description. That's why. That's title love. We loved them so hard because of who they were. I learned that was the hardest hurt. That was the first hurt. The deepest hurt in my life from my mom, right? My mother didn't love me. Why? I was your child. How could you not love me? You birthed me. What have I done? What did I do to you at 3 years old? What did I do to you at 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14? What did I do to you to make you not love me? You know? It ain't got nothing to do with me. We're going to go here real fast. I hope you're listening, King and Queens. You can go to those titles and say, how you feel about me ain't none of my business. You hear that? You can go to those titles and say, how you feel about me ain't none of my business. What you mean your business? I'm talking about you. It ain't none of my business. Because what you dealing with me don't match my worth. Anything less than that ain't my business. Woo! What? Ain't anything less than that ain't none of my business. If what you have to say to me matches my worth, then you can say it. But anything else that's less than my worth ain't none of my business. Okay, vibes. What you mean ain't none of your business? I'm talking about you. You can talk about me all you want, but until your words are on my worth level, they don't mean nothing to me. Okay? Don't match my energy. It don't apply. That part. You're confirming so much, sis. You're welcome, Alondra. You know, the craziest part, Alondra, and it's real, when we're in sickness, because I could talk about it because I had COVID, when we're in sickness, it starts putting a lot of things in perspective. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about. When you're dealing with real hardcore sickness, it starts putting a lot of things in perspective. And most of all, what's the most valuable thing in life? And that's life itself, not our kids. How can we enjoy our kids if we don't have life? How can we enjoy our spouses, our family, our friends if we're not living? Right? So what does that mean? That means we should care about self more than we care about anything. We should care about our wellness more than we care about our children. We dying, breaking our back, killing over, sick because we're stressed out, all for our kids because our kids changed our life. But honey, you losing your life at the same time you saying your kids are changing it. So how does that really mean that you are happy about your kids when you're losing your life? All right. Well, I don't know who that was for, but is this not fact? Is this not real? It's real. If your kids change your life, you should be the most healthiest person on the planet. And you never want your health to be because of somebody else. You recognize your worth because you were blessed with your kids. So you keep yourself healthy because you deserve a beautiful life with your kids. I know sometimes I go there, but it is. Let's get back to it. Getting strength and power from your own vulnerability. That's what it is. If I'm able to be vulnerable with you and tell you straight up what my weaknesses are, I get strength and power from that. Because you know what? I have to be strong and powerful in order to do that. Because I don't know what you're going to do with it. Listen to me, God. Wait, God, I'm done through my chance. Worship. That part, come on now. Most High, He deserves all the praise. Thank the Most High for His word. Because He is awesome and He's amazing. He's an awesome God. He reigns heaven above with wisdom, power, and love. Our God is an awesome God. He's awesome just like that, right? But listen to this. Getting strength and power from your own vulnerability. If I live a life and I'm a person, vulnerable means a person that is in need of special care. If I'm in need of special care and I live that life showing that I need that special care, I am living in power and strength because I'm giving you something that is vulnerable. I'm giving you my special care to see what you do with it. Now, I got to be strong enough whether you mistreat that thing, or I got to be strong enough to be able to handle it when you handle my care. You see? I got to be strong enough to be able to let you handle my special care. Y'all hear what I'm saying? And that's strength because we don't know what they're going to do. We don't know if they're going to treat us like trash. We don't know if they're going to try to manipulate us or intimidate us with what we're vulnerable at and, you know, what our special care is. We don't know if they're going to use it against us. We don't know these things. I don't know what it is, but I'm strong enough and I have power enough on the inside to allow myself to let you see. Allow myself to let me see what you're going to do with it. I'm strong enough to allow myself to let you see what you're going to do with it. So strength doesn't come with hiding our vulnerability, hiding that we need special care. But strength comes from being able to show that I need it. Right? That's crazy when you go through a healing phase because that's not easy. Right? Yeah, it's not easy. So I'm gonna let you deal with it, and I'm gonna be strong enough to allow you to see. I'm gonna be strong enough to wait and see what you do with it. Because at the end of the day, I gotta see if you're for me. I don't need people that's for what I'm for. There's a couple of people in this world. There's 3 people in this world. And listen closely, because I'm done. There's 3 people in this world. There's people that aren't for you. It don't matter what it is. They don't like you. You could be the last one on the earth. They won't ask you for nothing. They won't say nothing. They won't do nothing. They just don't like you. So there's people that just don't like you. All right? And then the second person is somebody that is for what you're for. All right? For what you're for. Whatever you have to give, they want to use it too. Therefore, what you're for. Thick is awesome the way she talks. Her business is popping. She has great entrepreneurship ideas, and she is somebody that I want to glean off of. She's somebody I want to get some information from. She got things that helps me progress. You see that? So that person is for what Thick is for. Thick has something and she provides something and they want that thing. Now they could do it nasty and try to steal it from you, or they can do it nice and sneakily do it. Or they could do it unknowingly, that they're connected to you and they say they like you and they say they for you, but they're really just for what you're for. You got something that I need, and on your deathbed I'm crying that you're no longer living, not because you don't have breath, but because you can no longer give me something. Okay. Y'all get what that is now? I want y'all to, Junie, hey love, JT, throw one in the comments if you caught that. Go ahead. Throw one in the comments if you caught that. Oh, I caught that alley-oop, Candy. I caught that alley-oop, Annie Marie. I know what you mean. Yeah, those people. That all of a sudden you stop doing what they want and you don't hear from them, or you stop doing what they want and they get an attitude and there's something wrong and you want to tell them about your problems because you just solved theirs and they don't want to hear it. Okay, I see some ones. All right, and that third person, you know that third person is? The third person is the one that is for you. You have people that are not for you. You have people that are for what you're for. And then you have people that are for you. I had two best friends. I had one for 12 years and one that we're still kicking. 11 years. And the friend for 12 years, I thought that she was my friend. I thought, hey love, I thought that she was my friend. I thought that she was for me. But she was for what I was for. And it's sad to go 12 years to find that out 12 years later, but it is real. I didn't see the signs. I didn't see that she never really loved me. She loved what I offered. I was a good friend, you know. All the things, I was the best friend, the best quality friend, you know. I gotta stay connected to her because she encourages me. She helps me in any way. She was for what I was for, lifting people up and helping them to be greater and all those things. And I never saw that she wasn't for me, because there's more than candy. I am what you see, but there's more than candy. There's more than Annie Marie. Annie Marie has flaws, and I don't always got it together. I tell you guys this all the time, just because I know I got to practice what I say. I got to live how I speak, you know. And I don't mean I got it all together, because I don't. I'm human just like everybody else. But I want the friends that love me in my mistakes. I want the friends that love me for me, not just what I can give you. Because what if I ain't got nothing to give? Who loves me then? What if I'm all out? Who loves me then? You see what I mean? And that's when you have friends. And all praises to the Most High for my best friend. For her who loves me. In my weaknesses, who I'm able to be vulnerable with, and she loves me in my special care. And I would have never been able to find her if I didn't put all my vulnerability out on the table to see who will accept me for me. Y'all hear what I'm saying? That's when you deal with somebody that's for you. They're for you when you got nothing to give. They're for you when you're depressed. They're for you when you don't know what to do, don't know what to say. They're for you when you ain't acting like how you normally act. Come on, because they love you. They don't just love what you have to give. I feel other people's emotions too. Okay, shout out to the empaths. Okay? And for me, it's tears of gratitude. For me to be, come on, Des, for me to be even to say that I have one friend. I've been through it. We all been through it. For you to say I got one friend that's for me, I'm celebrating one friend. Come on. The tears that I have is just so thankful that I got one. I at least got one. You know? Thankfulness. I'm thankful. Because it's hard to come by. People that just love us for who we are. Love me for me. Right. We're so blessed to even know someone, you know. Right. Lada, hey love. So remember that vulnerability is when we can live. When we say vulnerability is freedom, that's because I live in strength and power in my own vulnerability. It's freedom because I don't have to hide nothing. I'm not closed out. When we say vulnerability is freedom, when I say that I'm vulnerable and need special care in this thing, I put it all on the table. But when we're not able to put it on the table, whether somebody's asking or not, we never will really truly live in that vulnerability freedom. We won't. We're just holding everything in till somebody comes along that's supposed to be okay and find special care. No, we have a charge. We have a demand. We have a place that we have to go and try. We do. We can't wait for everyone to do it. Honey, I'm going to go there. If we sat around and wait for somebody else to do something for us, am I talking right? If we waited for people, the right one to come, do you hear me? If we waited for the right one to come for me to show my vulnerability, honey, I'll be like that GIF. It's been 84 years. Am I not? Is it not real? God is. I love you. Is that not real? I'll be just like that GIF, old raggedy on the side in the corner, talking about, it's been 84 years since I found someone and let my vulnerability out. Honey, whether you ask or not, I'm going to tell you. Because I ain't got time to waste, and I wasted too much time before. And we're going to put this all out there so I can see what you're going to do with it. Whether you're choosing to tell me that you want to or not. Because at the end of the day, if you don't do nothing with it, even if you're not inquiring about it, I don't want to be connected to you. Am I talking real or what? Is that not real? I ain't laying it all, sin, hey love. I ain't laying everything out and I'm not closing everything in because you choosing not to ask. No, I'm going to show you everything because I am going to be prepared, strong, and empowered on the inside to be able to display my vulnerability. And when I display that thing, I want to see what you're going to do with it. You don't need to inquire. You don't need to ask. I'm going to let you know. And then I'm going to just watch. You know that song? Y'all know that song? Don't believe me, just watch. Hey. Just watch. I'm going to just watch. I'm going to see what you do with it. Let's see if you mistreat it. Let's see if you actually take some care to my special care. Let's see what you do with what I give you. I'm not going to sit around no more and wait for things just to line up. I'm more worthy than that. My time is more precious. So when you get to know Candy and you get to know Annie Marie, I'm going to let you know what it is. Now I'm going to watch you and see what you do with it. Whether you asked or not. Why? Because my time is more valuable, period. My time is more valuable, period. At the end of the day, I might even see it sooner than waiting for somebody to ask me. Is this not real? Okay, that's okay. Okay, loyal. All right. Yeah, so I wasted too much time. And that ain't nobody's fault but mine. Now I decided that I'm wasting no more of my time. I ain't wasting no more of my time. Listen to me now. And I'm going to test some things to get to the quality I deserve. period. And if that means I got to lay it all out on the line, I'm going to do it whether I feel like you care about it or not. Because my time is more important. My time is more important than figuring out whether you care about it or sitting and observing and thinking about it. No, I deserve more than that. My time is too valuable. I'm going to let you know, see what you're going to do with it, and whether you do something good or bad, then I'll move. I hope y'all catching this. That's it right there. All I got to say to you, King and Queens, is that vulnerability is freedom. Why? Because vulnerability is your promise. When you are able to be vulnerable, then you are in bed with your promise. And that's not literal. That is saying whatever relationship you have with whatever person on this earth, you are in an intimate relationship with when you are able to be vulnerable and the relationship work and they care about your special care, whether it's a friend, family, spouse, loved one, partner, whatever it is, and they care about it. When you're in a relationship with them and they support you, you're in a relationship with them and they protect you. We got to get this false description of vulnerability out of our head. To be vulnerable is to say, I am a person in need of special care. I'm a person in need of support. I am a person in need of protection. And you deserve all those things. You deserve all of those things. And nothing about that has anything to do with whether you're strong or weak. You see that? Doesn't it? You needing support ain't got nothing to do with whether you're strong or weak. Got the strongest men and women lifting weights and winning competitions. They want support. They want their fans there. That don't mean they ain't strong. Come on now. Protection. We all want to be protected. We don't want to be out in these streets and not be protected. What you mean? We wear protection. We put our seatbelt on. Honey, that is the same thing. Let's not make it so difficult. Let's not make it different. It's not different. It's the same as you put your seatbelt on, you want protection. It's the same as when you're vulnerable, you want protection. It ain't no other way. Same stuff. Okay? So live in your vulnerability. You deserve it. You deserve the vulnerability so you can get to your promise. You deserve that special care. You deserve that support. You deserve that protection. And if you know that you deserve it, but people don't treat you like you do, then don't be with the people. We got to start shaking some things up till we get to the quality that we deserve. They don't deserve to be with you. If people make you feel like, I do feel like I deserve it, but people don't make me feel like it, then cut the people off. Because you're supposed to be connected to the people that make you feel like you feel. Okay? You're supposed to be connected to the people that make you feel like you feel. Enough with you trying to feel like you deserve something and everyone you're connected to countering that and making you feel like you don't. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. If I gotta be by myself till I get to the quality I deserve, then so be it. Maybe we're not at that point in our life and we can't move forward is because we're not okay with being alone. I know that's deep, but it's real. Maybe we're not at that point in our life because we're just not okay with being alone. And that's a whole nother thing to tackle. Thank you, Loyal. That's a whole nother thing to tackle. But you guys stay tuned because we're going to deal with that. Reflections of loneliness tomorrow on the women's panel. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And I am recording for you too. So you guys stay tuned to that. All right. Reflections of loneliness. We're going to talk about that loneliness thing. And usually that's where, when you factor out all those things, when you're dealing with vulnerability, it comes down to that loneliness part. Right? We don't expose everything we have, not just because people just don't ask, or not just because people are asking. It's just because we don't want to be alone. Deserve it. Yay! I love it. So thank you guys. Stay vulnerable. Know it's connected to your promise. You deserve to be vulnerable. You deserve that special care.